Today, we're going to looking at one of the most premium, high-converting e-commerce layouts, the Tudor Watches website. If you've ever browsed their site, you know it doesn't just feel like a store, it feels like an experience. Let's look at the Tudor homepage. Why does this convert so well? First, the Cinematic Hero section. It throws you right into the brand's lifestyle. As we scroll, notice how they use staggered editorial blocks instead of boring, symmetrical product grids. It feels like a high-end magazine. And the absolute best part? These overlapping product cards. You get the rich lifestyle background paired perfectly with a crisp product shot right on top. Now check this out. This is my replica store. Notice anything? We have the exact same Cinematic Hero overlap, the same editorial layout, the same premium vibe. But this isn't a custom-coded website. This is just Shopify. How did we do it? The secret is an app called Smind section. It lets you break free from basic theme limits and build these complex, layered sections just by dragging and dropping. And I'm making it even easier for you. You don't even need to build this from scratch. I've packaged this exact Tudor-style layout so you can import it into your own store with just one click using the Smind section app. The link is in the description. Download the package, swap in your own images, and let's launch your premium storefront. To build out this entire layout for our store, you first need to install the Smind Sections app directly from the Shopify App Store. Think of this app as your design engine. They have a massive library of pre-built sections and full templates for you to choose from. Go ahead and hit install. Once you have that installed, head back over to your main Shopify dashboard, go into the Smind app, and find the Sections library. This is where the magic happens for customizing individual parts of your page. Notice that on the left side, you can see the section category menu. This allows you to easily filter and find exactly what you want to build, whether that is a hero banner, a features grid, or an FAQ dropdown. Now, if you want a bigger head start, moving over to the Templates tab lets you see the full page template categories. Look at the left side again. You can see they have a lot of templates already categorized to match your specific brand and industry. After you find a section or template to install and add it to your library, go to your online store, click on Themes, and click the Edit Theme. For this specific build, I only use the standard Dawn theme to customize it, because it is a free theme and clean code. It acts as the perfect lightweight blank canvas. Now we click to Edit Theme to start building. Now we are in the default homepage of your Shopify theme, and we need to remove the default section first in the Shopify theme editor. Next, let's open the Smind app. So while you have your Shopify theme editor open in one tab, go ahead and open the Smind Sections app in a separate browser tab. Once you're there, you need to locate the announcement bar, which you can do by clicking on Sections in the left-hand navigation menu. Now you can take a moment to browse through the available template options. Once you find one you like, select the free Announcement Bar 1-2 layout and then click the Install or Customize button right below it. Now that it's installed, it's time to add the section to your theme, so go ahead and switch back to your Shopify Theme Editor tab. Look under the header section on the left sidebar and click on Add Section. In the search box that pops up, type Announcement and select the Announcement Bar 1-2 you just installed to add it directly to your page. Once added, to configure your general bar settings, you will see the customization menu open on the right side of your screen. Here is where you make it your own. First, you can enable the sticky bar when scrolling. Just toggle this on if you want the announcement bar to stay stuck to the top of the screen as your customers scroll down the page. Next is the color setting, where you can select a predefined color scheme like Scheme 4 to match your store's branding. And if you want to customize the color scheme further, you just need to go to the Smind style block to change it. Moving along, let's adjust the spacing or padding by scrolling down the settings panel to the section padding area. Here you can fine-tune the empty space above and below the text. You can seamlessly use the sliders to reduce or increase the top and bottom padding specifically for desktop and mobile views. An important step here is to remove the color block in this section to make sure your color scheme displays correctly. Then you will see the color scheme 4 has been activated on your screen. Now we need to access the individual messages, so look over to the left sidebar again. You will see individual blocks labeled Announcement, and you just click on one of these blocks to edit its specific content. To customize your icons and text for each individual announcement block, the settings panel on the right side will now show your content options. For the icon, click the drop-down menu to select a relevant icon, like a little truck for your shipping messages. For the content, simply click into the text box to type your message. You can easily delete the placeholder text and write your own. Once that looks good, just repeat these exact steps for any other message blocks in your slider. Finally, save your work. Once your announcement bar looks perfect and all your messages are typed out, go to the top right corner of the theme editor and click the Save button to publish your changes. Alright, we first need to install the header section from the app. Go ahead and open the Smind library app within your Shopify admin. Once you are there, navigate to the Sections tab. In the search bar, simply type Header 1 to filter the available options. You will want to locate the layout named Header 1-1 and then click the Install or Customize button. Now it is time to add the new header to your theme. In the Shopify theme editor, look at the left-hand sidebar under the header group. Click on Add section and search for the newly installed Header 1-1. Go ahead and select it to add it to your page layout. To avoid displaying two headers at the same time, make sure to click the eye icon next to your theme's default header to hide it. Next, let's customize the general settings. First is the Container Full Width option. When this toggle is enabled, the header content will span the entire width of the browser window from edge to edge. Then we have the Show Bottom Divider setting, which adds a horizontal separator line acting as a thin border at the bottom of the header section. Enabling this can really help visually distinguish the header from the main body content of the page. Moving along, let's upload and size your logo. Under the Logo settings, click Select next to Default Logo. You can upload your brand's logo image or choose one from your existing library and then click Done. After that, we need to adjust the size for different devices. For the desktop logo width, use the slider to set the appropriate width, for example, 160 pixels. Then switch to the mobile preview at the top of the screen and adjust the mobile width slider, maybe to 130 pixels, so it looks clean on smaller screens. Now we will assign your navigation menu. Scroll down to the menu settings within the header configuration. Click Select Menu and choose the primary navigation menu you want to display, such as Header 1-2. With that set, let's configure the layout and sticky settings. Under the General Settings block, you can easily customize the structure. For the sticky header, set this to None if you don't want the header to follow the user as they scroll down the page. Next, scroll down to the Color section to assign a specific color scheme like Scheme 1 to perfectly match your brand. You can also adjust the section padding sliders to add or remove blank space at the top and bottom of the header for both desktop and mobile views. Then simply remove the color block to make sure the color scheme works properly. Now for the fun part. Let's create a Mega Collection menu. Go back to the left-hand sidebar, look right under your Header 1-1 section, and click Add Block. From there, select Mega Menu, Collections. Click on the new block to open its settings on the right. In the Menu Item field, type the exact name of the navigation link you want this to attach to, for instance, Collections. Please note that this must match the menu item exactly. Scroll down to the Collections picker and select the specific collections you want to feature in the dropdown, such as Black Bay, Classic Watches, or Sport Watches, and click Save to make sure this collection displays properly. Next, we will create a Product Mega Menu. Click Add Block again, and this time select Product Mega Menu. In the settings, type the relevant menu link into the Menu Item field, like New Watches 2025. Under Product Recommendation, you can change the default heading to something like Our Popular Items. From there, you can select specific products to feature within the Mega Menu. Alternatively, you can adjust the number of product items displayed on the desktop, changing it from 4 to 6 columns. Finally, adjust the product card settings to fine-tune the media ratio, like setting it to portrait, and adjust the alignment. We're almost done, so let's do a final review and save. Preview your work on desktop and hover over your navigation links like Collections and New Watches 2025 to ensure the mega menus drop down correctly and display the right items. Be sure to switch to the mobile preview to verify that your nested menus and mobile layout look user-friendly. Once everything looks perfect, just click the Save button in the top right corner.
The next section is Slideshow section to highlight key products or promotions at your homepage. Navigate to the Smind app interface within your Shopify admin. Once there, click on Sections in the left sidebar, select Slideshow, locate the Slideshow 5.1 layout, and hit the Install button. Now, let's add this section to your homepage by opening your Shopify theme editor. On your homepage template, simply click Add Section. You can either look under the Apps tab or use the search bar to select Slideshow 5.1 to add the block directly to your page. Right away, we are going to remove the color block first, as well as the scrolling text in this section, because we simply don't need them. Next, it is time to configure the first slide by integrating your image and product. Start by clicking the first slider item block that is nested under the main slideshow section on the left menu. Let's add visuals by clicking Select Image to upload your main desktop background. While you're doing this, it is highly recommended to also upload a specific mobile image to ensure it looks great on smaller screens. Next, we have to remove the overlay color for this slider to make the image be brighter. To further improve readability, scroll to the overlay setting and remove the linear gradient. Alternatively, you can adjust the colors and opacity so your text stands out beautifully against busy backgrounds. Now, let's feature a product. Under Show Product, click Select and choose the item you want to highlight. The product card will automatically appear overlaid right on the slide. To position your content perfectly, use the Desktop Content Position dropdown to snap your text and product card to the ideal spot, such as the top right. Still working inside the first slide, let's customize the text and buttons by scrolling down to the text fields. Go ahead and update the subheading, heading, and description to fit your campaign. You can easily tweak the font sizes using the provided dropdowns. Moving under the button settings, type in your first button label, like Discover Now, paste the link to the corresponding product, and select your preferred first button style, choosing between solid or outline. Take a quick moment to check the alignment in the desktop and mobile views to make sure everything looks perfectly centered and balanced. With the first slide complete, let's set up additional image slides. Just click on the next slider item block to create your second slide. You'll repeat the previous steps by uploading new desktop and mobile images, adjusting your gradient overlay, featuring a new product, and customizing your text. For this one, try changing the content position, perhaps to the bottom right, to give your slideshow some nice visual variety. Now, let's make things dynamic and create a video background slide. For your third slider item, you can swap those static images for motion. Skip the image upload entirely and instead click Select Video to upload an MP4 file. Once that's loaded, we are going to hide the product showing in this video. After that, update your heading text. If you want this slide to act as a pure visual without a call to action, simply delete the text in the first button label field to hide the button entirely. Let's also change the layout to middle center so your text floats perfectly over the moving background. And please don't forget to adjust the content max width to exactly 650 pixels. Moving along, let's tweak the global slideshow mechanics. Click directly on the Parent Slideshow 5.1 section in the left menu to control how the entire banner behaves. Adjust the slide height to Adapt to First Image, which is a very popular setting that automatically adjusts the height of the entire slideshow based on the aspect ratio of the very first image you upload, completely preventing awkward cropping. Next, choose a transition effect, like slide or fade, and dictate exactly how fast the animation between slides should be. We also need to style the containers and product cards. Scroll down to Content Settings to adjust the background opacity, blur, and thickness opacity of your text boxes. This is great for achieving a modern glass morphism look. Next, move down to the product card settings. Here, you can also add that cool glass morphism look to your featured product card by changing the background opacity and blur, exactly like you did in the text boxes. Finally, it is time to finalize the navigation, colors, and save our work. For navigation, pick your preferred visual styles for the arrows, such as the circle style, and the pagination dots at the bottom, like the line style. Then, change the position of the navigation to the center. For colors and padding, select color schemes for your content boxes and product card to match your brand. Adjust the top and bottom padding to give the entire section room to breathe. For your final review, toggle between the desktop and mobile preview icons at the top of the editor to ensure everything is responsive. Once it looks absolutely perfect, click Save in the top right corner.
If you want to showcase a specific group of products, such as bestsellers, new arrivals, or seasonal items, so you need to add a featured collection, go ahead at the Smind library. Once you are there, simply type Featured Collection into the search bar to filter down the available options. Next, it is time to install the section, so keep an eye out for the section specifically named Featured Collection 5-2, and then just click the Install or Customize button located right below its preview image. Now that it's installed, we need to add the section to your theme by going to your Shopify theme editor, which is usually located on your homepage template. Once you have that open, look over to the left-hand sidebar and click on Add Section. To select the installed section, watch for a menu to appear, look for that newly installed Featured Collection 5-2, and click it to add it directly to your page layout. As an optional step, we are going to clear things out by removing the default collection blocks. You'll want to remove the color block first, and then remove the default collection block entirely. Keep in mind that the section might come with some placeholder collection blocks, so just click the small trash can icon to delete each one until the entire section is clear. Moving right along, let's customize the section heading by clicking on the main Featured Collection 5-2 section in the left sidebar, which will open up its settings panel over on the right. In those settings, find the heading field and change the default text, which might say something like Featured Collection, to your desired title, such as New Collection 2026. Next, we will customize our product cards, so take a moment to scroll through that right-hand settings panel. You can change things like the content alignment by adjusting the content perfectly to the center. For your navigation, you can change the visual styles for the tabs, the arrows, the pagination lines, and even the View All button for this specific section. Looking down at the slider options, be sure to configure the number of columns you want to display on both desktop and mobile, as well as the overflow behavior. Finally, for colors and padding, adjust the color schemes and tweak the spacing or padding at the top and bottom of the section to make sure it looks great for both desktop and mobile views. Now it's time to customize a new collection block. In the left sidebar, right under the Featured Collection 5-2 section, go ahead and select Collection. Click on that newly added collection block in the left sidebar to activate it. Over in the right panel, click Select Collection. Use the search bar to quickly find a specific collection like Watch All and click Select. Also, do not forget to change the heading for this tab so it accurately reflects your products. If you want to feature more, let's customize another collection block by repeating the exact same process. Just click Collection in the left sidebar. Find another collection you want to show off, for example, classic watches, and click Select. Naturally, you can also change the heading for this specific tab right there in the block's settings panel. We are almost done, so let's preview across devices by using the device toggle icons at the very top of the theme editor. This lets you preview how the section looks and functions on both desktop and mobile screens. Take a quick second to test out the slider interactions to ensure they work smoothly for your customers. Finally, it is time to save your changes. Once you are completely satisfied with the setup and styling, just click the Save button in the top right corner of the theme editor to apply your changes directly to the live store.
Well, to showcase a multiple collection in other ways, we need to install a new section. So go ahead your app library and install the section. Type Slider 12-2 into the search bar. Once you locate the Slider 12-2 option in the results, click the Install button situated right beneath it. Now it's time to add the section to your theme. To do this, go back to your Shopify theme editor for the homepage. Over in the left-hand sidebar, click Add Section, and then click on that newly installed Slider 12-2 block to place it directly onto your page. With the slider in place, let's update the main text. Click on the main Slider 12-2 container in the left sidebar so you can open its settings on the right. From there, scroll down to the content fields. You can change the subheading to something like New Tudor Watches for 2026, and be sure to clear out the default heading text if you prefer a much cleaner look. After that, change the heading size to the large size, then adjust the content max width down to 400 pixels to make the content appear smaller. Moving on, let's configure the main button by scrolling down to the button settings. You will want to change the button label to something actionable like View All Collection. Next, click on the button link field, search for your desired collection, for instance, watches, and select it. For the appearance, just leave the button style set as the text style. Now we are going to adjust the grid. Keep scrolling down to the View All Collections or Grid Settings area. Here you can easily define exactly how many slides show at once. For the default section, leave columns on desktop at 2, but make sure you are testing the columns on mobile setting to ensure it looks perfectly good on smaller screens. Let's also customize gaps and spacing. Toggle on Custom Gap to give yourself the ability to manually adjust the spacing. Tweak the item gap and the slider overflow settings to really give your images some nice breathing room. Next up, we'll style the media containers. Scroll down to the media container settings and set the media ratio to Adopt. Also, you can adjust the width by selecting S, M, or L and test how the media offsets, comparing left versus right. Be sure to turn off the options of media style and simply make it by default. For navigation, take a moment to adjust the style of the arrow and navigation for this specific section. Regarding the background image, you'll want to remove the linear gradient and media style for this background image because we want it as a blank state, which gives us a beautifully clean and solid white background. For the color scheme, select the predefined color scheme for the content within the section, and whatever you do, don't forget to remove the color block. Let's finish up the general layout with section padding. Scroll to the very bottom of the section settings to adjust the top padding and bottom padding. Doing this ensures your slider isn't sitting too close to the sections directly above or below it. Now let's customize the background block. Go ahead and click Add Block and then add a background block. From there, upload the image for the background for both the desktop and mobile view straight from your library. You might notice that when looking at the mobile view, you can see a black border around the media, and we definitely have to remove it. To fix this, go to Smind Style and select the media block to adjust the thickness for the media in the mobile view right down to 0 pixel. With the foundation built, it's time to edit the first slide. Over in the left sidebar, click on the first block nestled under your slider. On the right side, click Select Image and upload or choose your first product image. Also, be sure to adjust the overlay gradient for this image to ensure perfect text readability. Now we'll update the slide text. Change the subheading to something like New Ranger Watches and then clear or update the heading. Next, paste your product details into the description box. Don't forget to adjust the desktop and mobile content position to bottom center. To link the slide, scroll down, change the button label to Explore, and set the button link directly to the specific product featured in your image. Once your first slide is perfect, you can customize subsequent slides. Simply repeat the previous steps for the remaining slides. To make things easier, you can select existing blocks in the left sidebar, delete the ones you don't need by clicking Remove Block, or duplicate them to save yourself some time. We're almost finished, so let's preview across devices. At the top of the theme editor, click the mobile icon to toggle back and forth between desktop and mobile views. Click the arrows on your new slider to ensure the navigation works completely smoothly and that the layout looks absolutely perfect on all screens. Finally, let's save your work. Once you're totally satisfied with the design and functionality, just click the green Save button on the top right corner to publish all your amazing changes.
Next, we also want to add a new way to promote our collection, like scrolling effects, where the user can swipe or scroll through horizontally. Now, let's start by accessing the Smind app library. Next, we will search and install the section. In the search bar, go ahead and type Scrolling Collection. Take a moment to browse the results and locate the layout specifically named Scrolling Collection 1-1, and then click the Install or Customize button. Now it is time to add the section. On the Shopify editor, simply click Add Section and add the Scrolling Collection section directly to your homepage. With the section added, let's customize the scrolling settings. First, we absolutely need to set the container full width for this new section. Following that, we are going to set the gap between the content. This specific setting sets the spacing, which is currently at 16 pixels, between each individual item in the row. For the visual effects, you will notice we can add a gradient at the left and right sides of the section, making items magically appear to fade in or fade out. However, in this case, we actually want to hide a gradient. Moving on, let's adjust the content dimensions. Scroll down the right sidebar to the Content Settings area. To make the images fit much better, change the media ratio to Adopt. Then be sure to adjust the content max width to change the size of the individual collection cards in the desktop and mobile view. Now let's check the mobile responsiveness. It's always a good practice to see how things look on smaller screens. Go ahead and click the mobile icon at the top right of the screen to switch to mobile view, ensuring your adjustments look good, and then seamlessly switch back to desktop view. Next, we will fine-tune the spacing and colors. Continue scrolling down the right sidebar to customize the aesthetics. Change the color scheme to give the section a totally different background color, and make sure to remove the color block. Finally, in this area, adjust the section padding for the top and bottom to easily control the spacing above and below the entire scrolling section. Alright, let's customize the main heading. Now let's edit the text content. In the left sidebar, click on the block distinctly labeled Heading that is nested right under your new section. Over in the right sidebar, change the heading text to something highly engaging like Find the perfect match according to your style. You can safely delete the text in the subheading and description fields if you want a much cleaner look. Then quickly adjust the heading size and change the heading alignment perfectly to the left side. Let's set up your first collection card next. Before customizing the card text, we first need to remove the default collection block. Then simply click Add Block and add the collection blocks right there in the left sidebar. Now go to the right sidebar and click Select Image under the Image section to beautifully choose a custom photo for this specific collection straight from your library. With the image placed, let's edit the card text and positioning.
Scroll down to the content area for this specific card. You will want to update the heading to reflect the collection name, typing in something like Classic, and then clear out any unwanted text sitting in the description box. To make the text sit nicely at the very bottom of the image, go ahead and change both the desktop content position and mobile content position to bottom center. Now it is time to link the card. To make the card fully functional, scroll down to the link field, click it and select Collections, then clearly choose the specific collection you want this card to confidently lead to. Here is a great time-saving trick. Let's duplicate for efficiency. Instead of manually editing the remaining default blocks, it's significantly faster to duplicate the one you just perfected. Now, just right-click on your perfectly finished Classic collection block and select Duplicate. Next, we must customize the duplicated blocks. Click on your newly duplicated block to open it up. All you really need to do now is swap out the image, perfectly update the heading text, and change the link to accurately point to the correct collection. You will simply repeat this duplication and editing process until you have all your desired collection cards completely set up. We are at the final stretch, so let's do a save and final review. Once all your collection cards are ready, securely hit the Save button located in the top right corner. Make sure to do one final run-through by toggling between desktop and mobile views to ensure your brand new scrolling collection looks perfect across all devices.
Now, we need a section to showcase our brand story to create an emotion connection to the new visitor rather than showing a product. First, you will need to navigate to the Smind library app within your Shopify admin dashboard. Once you are there, look for the search bar on the left and type Image with Text to filter the available templates. Next, simply scroll through the options until you find the specific layout labeled Image with Text 5-1. Go ahead and click the Install or Customize button located directly beneath the section preview. After that, we need to add the section to your theme. Return to your Shopify theme editor. On the left-hand sidebar, click on Add Section. In the search bar that quickly appears, just type Image with Text 5-1. On the main settings of the new section, we will upload and configure the main image. In the theme editor, click on the empty image placeholder that just appeared on your page. Over in the right-hand settings panel, locate the rotation slider, which you can adjust to tilt your image. However, for a standard look, simply drag it to 0 degrees. Under the media settings, be sure to change the desktop media width to the large size and change the desktop media position toggle to choose whether the image sits on the left side of the text. To customize the text content, starting with the subheading, look on the left sidebar under the section blocks and click on the subheading block, which might say something like Trending Styles. In the right panel, update the text to your preference, such as About Us, and adjust the subheading size, for instance, setting it to XS. Now for the heading. Click the main heading block, which could say Fashion Forward Apparel. Update the text in the right panel, maybe changing it to A Century of Swatch, and adjust the heading size to fit your design, like selecting S. For the description, click the main paragraph text block, and in the right panel, paste or type your custom description text outlining your brand story or product details. Next, we need to style the Call to Action or CTA button. Click on the button block, which might be labeled Shop Now. In the right panel under the first button label, change the text to match your goal, such as Discover More. Right below that, under First Button Style, click the drop-down to change how the button looks. For example, you can change it from outline link and arrow to a nice, solid style without an arrow. Also, we need to adjust the layout width and alignment. From there, scroll down to the content settings. You can easily change the content position to left, center, or right. Also, adjust the content max width slider, perhaps to 600 pixels, to smoothly control how wide the text block stretches across the screen. Then, we will configure colors and padding. While still in the main section settings on the right, scroll down to the color section to choose a different color scheme if needed, and definitely don't forget to remove the color block. Scroll a bit further down to section padding, where you can easily adjust the white space above and below the section. Now it's time to adding an overlapping second image, which is a great optional feature. In the left sidebar, look under your Image with Text 5-1 blocks and click Add Block. A new image placeholder will appear slightly overlapping your main image. Click this new placeholder, hit Select Image on the right, and choose a secondary photo. Use the right-hand panel to perfectly adjust the media alignment, such as bottom right, and tweak the space between images slider, maybe to 10 pixels, to get the perfect overlapping effect. Just remember to set the rotation slider to 0 if you want the image completely straight. Finally, click the Save button in the top right corner of the editor to securely lock in your changes. To fully see how your new section looks to customers, use the device icons at the very top of the screen to toggle between desktop, mobile, or full screen, allowing you to thoroughly preview the responsiveness and overall design. All right, we're going to add a new short video for your homepage, but we need to use the old section and duplicate it. Start by looking at the left-hand sidebar in your theme editor and hover over the existing Slideshow 5-1 section. Next, click the three dots icon right next to it and simply select Duplicate. To position it, click and hold the 6-dot drag handle next to your newly duplicated Slideshow 5-1 section and seamlessly drag it down to place it exactly where you want it on the page. Then we need to access the slider block settings. Click the small arrow next to your new Slideshow 5-1 section on the left sidebar and completely remove the image slider block. We are going to swap the image for a video. Over in the right-hand settings panel, look for the current image and click the Change button. Once the pop-up menu appears, switch the Media tab from Image over to Video. Click on the specific video file you want to use from your uploaded media library, and then click Done down in the bottom right corner. Then make sure to disable the audio control for the video in order to seamlessly hide the audio button. For the background overlay, scroll down the right sidebar until you successfully find the Overlay setting. Adjusting this really helps your text stand out beautifully against the background. Go ahead and click on the Linear Gradient box. From there, use the Color Picker tool to adjust the gradient. Select a dark color and carefully adjust the color stops and opacity to create a stunning dark vignette effect over the video, making your white text highly readable. Let's carefully customize your headings and text. Just scroll down slightly to access the text settings. Go ahead and delete any existing text located in the subheading field if you simply don't need it. In the heading text box, carefully type out your new promotional title. For example, Black Bay Chrono Blue Boutique Edition. Next, we will update the Call to Action or CTA button. Continue scrolling down the panel to reach the button settings. Change the first button label to clearly tell your customers exactly what to do next, like view the watches. Then click on the first button link box, which will cause a menu to appear. From that menu, select Products and then immediately search for or click directly on the specific product you want to securely link to, such as the Black Bay Chrono. Then for the layout alignment, scroll all the way down to the Content Settings area. To successfully center your text and button on larger screens, change the desktop content position strictly to bottom center and then set the desktop content alignment to middle center. Furthermore, to ensure it looks absolutely great on phones, set the mobile content alignment directly to bottom center. Finally, we will do a final review of the global section settings and save our progress. Click back on the main Slideshow 5-1 header located on the left sidebar. This seamlessly opens up the general settings for the entire section on the right side of your screen. Here, you can thoroughly review overall settings like the slide height, and be sure to set it precisely to medium size. Additionally, for the content settings, explicitly change the content background opacity down to 0%, making it fully transparent. Once everything looks absolutely perfect, just hit the Save button located in the top right corner of the screen to confidently publish your incredible changes.
Next, to highlight your featured articles at the homepage, we need to install a new section. First, go ahead and navigate to your Open Browser tab containing the Smind library app. Once you are there, make absolutely sure you are in the Sections tab. Next, look up at the search bar at the top and type Blog Post to seamlessly filter the available templates. You can scroll through the options until you find the card clearly labeled Blog Posts 5-2. Once you spot it, simply click the Install button located directly beneath that specific card. Moving right along, we are going to add this section to your Shopify theme editor. Switch your browser tab back to your Shopify theme editor, which is where you actively customize your homepage. Over in the left-hand sidebar menu, scroll all the way down to the bottom and click Add Section. A search bar will pop up, so just type Blog Post to quickly find your newly installed section. Let's carefully customize your headings and descriptions. Click anywhere on the newly added section in the main preview window to open its specific settings over in the right-hand panel. To update the heading, look in the right panel and find the heading text box. Go ahead and delete the placeholder text that currently says Lastest Hour Blog and type in your desired title. For instance, in the video, this is creatively changed to Swatches Mag. Next, we need to connect your actual blog content. Scroll down the right panel until you reach the blog setting. Click the Select button. Now we need to adjust the blog card appearance. Let's look at the large image. Under the blog card settings, you can actually change how big the large image is, and you can also distinctly choose where the featured or larger article sits. Next is the media ratio, which directly controls the overall shape of your images. Change it from landscape over to adopt so the image containers perfectly match the original dimensions of your uploaded photos without any awkward cropping. After that, we will toggle the content visibility. Scroll down just a bit more to the content toggles. These handy checkboxes allow you to strictly control exactly what information is displayed on each article card. You can check or uncheck several options based on your preference. Selecting Show Tags cleanly displays your categorization tags. Selecting Show Date reliably displays the publication date. Selecting Show Author prominently displays the writer's name. Additionally, for the Read More button, you can change the visual style of this button using the drop-down menu, seamlessly switching it from a simple text link to a bordered outline button. To fully optimize the mobile experience, at the very top of the Shopify theme editor, click the mobile icon to preview exactly how this section looks on a phone screen. Over in the right panel, scroll down to the layout settings. Find the Enable Swipe on Mobile dropdown, which dictates how your mobile users navigate your articles. You can seamlessly change this from dynamic dot to options like Line Style 4 to give users a very clean visual indicator that they can swipe horizontally to see more posts. Once that looks absolutely perfect, click the desktop icon at the top to return to the standard view. Also, don't forget to set the style for the View All button to help the user easily browse more of your blog articles. Then let's customize your colors and spacing. Let's start with colors. Under the Colors header, you can use the drop-downs to effortlessly change the section color scheme, which is the background behind the whole section, or the blog card color scheme, which acts as the background of the individual article cards. Try changing from Scheme 1 to Scheme 2 to see how it perfectly fits your brand. And please, whatever you do, don't forget to remove the color block. For section padding, scroll down to the very bottom of the panel. Use the convenient sliders for top padding and bottom padding to properly adjust the empty space directly above and below your blog section. This really gives your overall design plenty of room to breathe. Finally, it is time to save your work. Once you are completely happy with how everything looks, just go up to the top right corner of the screen and confidently click the Save button. Now, we need to add a trust icon or badge to show your visitor that your store is secure and professional. Start by navigating to your Smind library app interface where all the sections are listed. In the search bar at the top, type in icon with text to filter the available options. Next, locate the template named icon with text 1-12 in the search results. Go ahead and click the Install or Customize button right below that specific section, which will securely redirect you to your Shopify theme editor. Moving on, we need to add the section to your homepage. Once you are in your Shopify theme editor on the homepage template, scroll down the left-hand sidebar menu and click on Add Section. Click on icon with text 1-12 to comfortably add it to your page layout. You will instantly see the default layout with 4 icon blocks appear right on your visual preview. Next, we are going to customize the main icon with text 1-12 section content panel, and then go ahead and remove all the content for this section where we adjust the desktop layout settings. Under Number of Columns on desktop, efficiently use the number selector to choose how many icons you want displayed in a single row. Just set it to 3 to neatly match the default 4 blocks. Then we will configure the mobile settings. In the Settings panel, make absolutely sure to check the box for Enable Swipe on Mobile. This is highly recommended as it elegantly turns your icons into a neat, space-saving carousel for phone users. You can also smoothly adjust the pagination style, like using dots or numbers, to help users easily navigate the swipeable carousel. For the colors and spacing, scroll down to the color section and take a moment to test out the different color schemes from the dropdown to find the one that best matches your brand's aesthetic. And please, whatever you do, don't forget to remove the color block. Next, look over at the section padding sliders, where you can easily drag the sliders for top padding and bottom padding to precisely increase or decrease the white space above and below your entire section, completely ensuring it breathes well on the page. Let's carefully customize the individual icon blocks. For example, you can smoothly select the truck icon and feel free to change the icon size if you want. Update the heading for this block to closely match the icon, such as free shipping, and creatively tweak the description text below it. You will then seamlessly repeat this exact process for the remaining blocks, like clicking the second block and safely changing the icon, for example, to recycle. After you confidently click the third block, go ahead and click the fourth block to flawlessly change its icon to something like Verify and smartly rename its heading to Quality Guarantee. Finally, save your work. Once you are thoroughly happy with how all the icons, text, and layouts look perfectly on both desktop and mobile, head straight to the top right corner of the Shopify editor. Simply click the Save button to successfully publish your new custom section to your live store. Now, it's time to add a last section, which is a footer section. Moving right, we are going to install the new footer section directly from the library. Navigate over to the Smind Sections app interface within your Shopify admin. In the search bar provided, simply type Footer1 to easily filter the available templates. Locate the Footer1 template card and then confidently click the Install or Customize button right beneath it. Then, we need to add the installed section to your theme. Return to the Shopify theme editor. Down at the very bottom of the left-hand sidebar, click Add Section, located right under the main footer structural area. From the comprehensive list of available sections, locate and select Footer1 to insert it into your page structure. Let's actively configure the general footer settings. Click on the newly added Footer1 section in the left sidebar. You will instantly see the configuration panel open on the right side of the screen. For visibility and layout, you can toggle Container Full Width to stretch the footer all the way across the screen or keep it nicely contained. You can also toggle Show Divider to cleanly add a separation line at the very top of the footer. When it comes to social media, simply use the Social Media Style dropdown to select a visually appealing style for your social icons. Next, for store features, go ahead and toggle the switches to easily enable or disable various functional elements within the footer, such as the Follow on Shop button, the country or region selector, the language selector, and your payment provider icons. Also, if you don't want to display the copyright text, you can completely remove it here. Now, to adjust the color and spacing, scroll down within the settings panel to find the color and section padding areas. For the color scheme, click the Color Scheme dropdown and thoughtfully select a new scheme. For example, changing from a light scheme over to Scheme 4 for a sleek, dark background. And please, whatever you do, don't forget to actively remove the color block. Moving on to padding, go ahead and carefully adjust the sliders for top and bottom padding to perfectly control the vertical spacing inside the footer for both your desktop and mobile views independently. We will customize the image and logo block now. Over in the left sidebar, click the small arrow right next to the Footer1 item to fully expand its content blocks. Let's add a new block and then click on the default image block. Over in the right panel, click Select under Image to choose a logo or graphic straight from your library. You can seamlessly use the Image Width slider to adjust its size. Finally, be sure to remove the text fields below it for a much cleaner look. So, it is time to add and confidently configure your menu blocks. To easily add navigation links, simply click on the Menu block. In the right panel, go ahead and securely enter a heading for this specific column of links. Next, click the Select button under Menu and choose the exact corresponding navigation menu right from your Shopify store settings. You will want to perfectly repeat this entire process to successfully add more menu columns to your layout. For the newsletter sign-up, First, click on the Email Sign Up Newsletters block perfectly situated in the left sidebar, and then go ahead and clearly remove the subtext immediately below the email form. You can modify the heading and the descriptive content text to actively encourage your users to subscribe. Furthermore, you can also easily select a distinct form style straight from the handy drop-down menu. Finally, we will do a critical review and effectively adjust for mobile devices. Look at the top center of the theme editor and click the mobile device icon to instantly switch the preview over to mobile view. Simply scroll down to visually review your new footer and notice exactly how the content blocks smoothly stack vertically on smaller screens. While you are still in this mobile view, you can readily click on the main Footer 1.1 section and adjust the specific section padding to bottom mobile slider to completely fine-tune the spacing for those smaller phone screens. Now, save your changes. Once you are thoroughly satisfied with the overall layout and content of your highly customized new footer across all device views, confidently click the Save button proudly located in the top right corner of the theme editor to successfully publish your incredible changes to your live store.
After customizing your homepage, let's moving on to the product page. Look at the top center of the page and click the drop-down menu, which currently says Homepage. From there, safely select Products and then gracefully click on Default Product to firmly open the product page template. Then we are going to smartly hide the default product information. Going right back to the Smind library, search for Product Detail 1 and accurately find the layout you want. Back in the left sidebar, locate the default product information and related products section. Simply click the eye icon placed right next to it to completely hide this default section so you can beautifully start with a totally clean slate. Now, let's add the Smind product detail section. Over in the left sidebar, confidently click on Add Section and accurately type Product Detail. From the results, perfectly locate the Product Detail 1.6 section and just click Install. We will preview and customize the basic product blocks first. Once successfully installed, the section will appear entirely in your left sidebar, heavily populated with various default blocks. Let's actively start by clicking to the breadcrumb block to easily adjust the path style. This specific setting selects the visual separator safely used right between the different links directly in the breadcrumb path. Next, click on the title block. In the right sidebar, adjust the heading size directly to M. After that, click on the price block. Looking at the right sidebar again, toggle on the Show Shipping Notice option. Now, click the description block if you actively want to intuitively edit or completely remove it. Then, we will add the new text block to display it neatly under the product price. It is time to configure your variants and layout. First, carefully click the Variant Picker block, look closely at the right sidebar, and confidently change the color selector type precisely to Image. This highly effective visual feature typically uses the incredibly specific variant image you've actively uploaded directly to that product to represent the actual color. Following that, click on the Quantity Selector block so it can sit perfectly securely just above the Buy button group. For the collapsible content block, you need to create highly organized, completely collapsible tabs perfectly meant for detailed information. To do this, simply add multiple collapsible content blocks directly from the left sidebar. You will then click on each block and customize it right in the right sidebar. For your very first tab, change the heading exactly to Case. Be sure to fully remove the icon by safely setting it to None and add your specifications. For the second tab, accurately change the heading to Movement and add the relevant text. For the third tab, simply change the heading directly to Power Reserve and perfectly add the relevant text. Next, for the Share button, it is a useful block actively allowing customers to share the product quickly via various social media links. Right here, you can incredibly easily change the aesthetic style of those social media links.
Then we're going to add your product upsells. First, click Add section and quickly search directly for upsell. Select the Product Upsells 1-1 block. Next, copy the exact block ID and neatly paste it into the new block situated in the Product Detail 1-6. Right under the Product Detail section, smoothly click Add Block. Search for the Smind block and paste the block ID right into the designated field. In the right sidebar, smartly change the entire block name exactly to Product Upsell. Going back directly to the new section, click Select Products and choose up to some products you actively want to recommend to your customers. Let's then change the main heading Street to Watches family. Looking under the container settings, you need to change the layout of multiple upsell items Street from a single row or slider securely into a standard grid format. Then perfectly change the thickness opacity to control exactly how see-through the border is, setting it to 30%. Keep in mind that lower percentages make the border visually feel more subtle. Next, set the corner radius strictly to 0 pixels to sharply create incredibly sharp squares of the container. Also, set the gap or distance entirely between individual product items directly within the upsell block precisely to a wider 32 pixels in the desktop view. Please don't forget to quickly switch carefully to the mobile view and change the gap accurately to a much tighter 22 pixels. Now, for the slider settings, you can easily change the visual indicator that clearly shows customers exactly which page of products they are actively viewing, specifically directly in the pagination option over to line style. Moving to the checkbox settings, you can turn off this option to cleanly display the checkbox button specifically for a customer to actively choose your recommended product. Additionally, you can change exactly where the selector appears perfectly relative directly to the product, deciding whether that is completely to the left or the right side to the product. If you actively decide to securely toggle on the options, this adds a fully dedicated button to each individual upsell item. This allows your customers to instantly buy one specific recommended product completely without strictly needing to manually select it safely via the checkbox. You can even change the specific button label and set button animation right after enabling this great option. Finally, to adjust styling, intelligently change the overall color scheme directly for this specific section, and please don't forget to actively remove the color block. You can also change the block's spacing at the top and bottom margin if you want more aesthetic room. Next, let's add a social proof. First, click Add section and search exactly for social proof. Next, select the exact social proof 1-1 block. Just like we did earlier, accurately copy the block ID and quickly paste it entirely into the new block right in the Product Detail 1-6. Directly under that Product Detail section, quickly click Odd block. Search for the Smind block and paste the block ID right into the given field. Over in the right sidebar, simply change the block name entirely over to social proof. Then click the Save button to make absolutely sure it displayed properly. Still actively in the right sidebar, let's customize the actual users. For user 1, upload a stunning image for avatar 1. For user 2, upload an image straight for avatar 2. Next, carefully drag this exact block completely up in the left sidebar so it perfectly sits right above the title block, and change the personalized name of each avatar. Finally, scroll totally down directly to the content settings and change the specific text to highlight true popularity, typing something compelling such as plus 1,000 others are loving this. Now, we need to finalize the main product detail layout. Click on the main product detail 1-6 section in the left sidebar to access its overall settings clearly right on the right. Right under desktop layout, choose either 2 columns or 1 column. Adjust the section padding at the bottom to ensure overall spacing looks clean in the desktop and mobile view. Finally, save and preview your work by clicking the Save button in the top right corner of the actual editor.
Now, we're going to add the section to show a related product for your product page. First, navigate to your Smind library app interface. Once you are there, look at the search bar on the left and type Related Product to pull up all the available templates for this category. As soon as you find a design that fits your store perfectly, simply click the Install or Customize button located right below it. Now, let's add the section in Shopify. Go ahead and switch back to the Shopify editor. Click Add Section and then move the Related Products 1-to-1 section. Moving on, we will edit the heading text. Click on the newly added Related Products 1-to-1 section right in the sidebar. From there, you can add the subheading text and use the heading field to change the default text. For example, changing it from Featured Collection to something like You May Also Like. If you want to add more recommended products, you should add them within the Search and Discovery app. Next, we will explore the product card and slider settings. Scroll down the right-hand customization menu to tweak exactly how the products are displayed. You have a few great options here. First, you can easily display the product description right in the product card if you want to. Additionally, you can adjust the slider settings, which includes deciding how many columns show on your desktop versus mobile, and determining whether you want pagination dots or navigational arrows to visually appear. Take a good look to review how the slider looks on a smaller screen and adjust the section padding, specifically the top and bottom padding, in the right-hand menu to fully ensure the spacing looks perfectly balanced. Switch right back to the desktop view when you're done. Now, let's transition to customizing the Product Info tab to organize your detailed product information. Go back to the Smind Library app tab in your browser. Go ahead and clear your previous search and then type Product Info tab. To install the tab design, browse the option and click Install or Customize button on your chosen layout, specifically Product Info tabs 2-3. Back in the Shopify theme editor, let's add the newly added Product Info tabs 2-3 completely up so it perfectly sits directly below your Related Products 1-to-1 section. Next, we will customize the tab titles and content. In the left sidebar, click the very small arrow right next to the Product Info tab section to reveal its individual blocks, which are the tabs themselves. Click on a block like the Custom tab to open its settings over on the right. There, you can change the title of the tab, for example, renaming a generic size chart directly to Watch Specifications. Make sure to update the content specifically for this tab. Then repeat this previous step to seamlessly add the tab title and content for the very next tab. Now we need to adjust the mobile accordion settings. Switch back to the mobile view using that top icon. Since these tabs very often turn into collapsible accordions strictly on mobile devices, look closely at the right-hand menu for the mobile settings. Change the drop-down over to Close All Tabs so the section completely doesn't take up too much vital screen space initially, allowing the customer to smoothly tap open only what they want to read. While you're here, adjust the top and bottom padding specifically for the mobile view as well. Finally, it is time for the final preview and save. Switch back to the standard desktop view. Carefully adjust the top padding and bottom padding located under the section padding settings to thoroughly ensure there's plenty of breathing room beautifully between the tabs, the related products situated directly above it, and the footers safely below it.
The next section is to showcase where a product is made and how it looks. Let's begin by finding the section right inside the Smind app. Once you are there, look at the search bar and type Image with Text to filter the library. Next, it is time to install the layout. Take a moment to browse the results until you find the specific layout named Image with Text 1-2. When you spot it, simply click the Install or Customize button located right below it. Now we need to add the newly installed section to your theme. Go ahead and switch your browser tab back to your Shopify theme editor. Over in the left sidebar menu, scroll down and click on Add Section. Use the search feature to look for the newly installed Image with Text 1-2 and select it to add it directly to your page layout. With this section in place, let's upload the image. From there, click Select Image and choose your beautifully desired image directly from your library, just like the Swiss flag image that is shown in the tutorial video, and then simply click Done. Next, we need to adjust the image by customizing the media options. First, look for the desktop media width and set it to M. This determines exactly how much horizontal space the image occupies relative entirely to the text specifically on desktop screens. Next, find the desktop media position and set it to left, which clearly determines if the image appears to the left or the right side of the text. For the media ratio, set it to landscape, as this sets the overall aspect ratio strictly of the image container. Finally, for the color settings, change the predefined color scheme and make absolutely sure to remove the color block in this section. Moving right along, let's customize the text. Now let's update the written content by simply clicking on the text block right on your page. Over in the right sidebar, change the main heading, for example, easily changing it from Stay on this trend to Swiss made. While you are right there, you can completely replace the default placeholder description text situated in the text box located just below the heading. To finish up, let's style the button. Click on the actual button element directly on your page. Looking at the right sidebar, update the button label, changing it to something like About Swatch. Next, add the proper button link specifically for this button. To make it visually stand out on the page, change the first button style exactly from an outline over to solid text. Now focusing on finding and adding the video section in Smind, head right back over directly to your Open Smind app tab. Clean out your previous search and type Video directly into the search bar. Locate the specific layout named Video 3-1 and confidently click the Install or Customize button. Next, we will add the video to your theme. Switch back to your active Shopify theme editor, click Add Section in the left sidebar once again, search for Video 3-1 and select it to place it neatly onto your product page. It is exactly time to upload your video file. Remove absolutely all the default text entirely and reliably start to upload the new video. Click Select to choose a video you have successfully already uploaded directly to Shopify and positively confirm your perfect selection. To ensure a great user experience, we will enable autoplay, so the video starts playing immediately when a customer scrolls to it. Check the specific box next to autoplay located in the right sidebar settings, and, as we always do, and remove the color block as well. Finally, we check the mobile view. It's absolutely crucial that your amazing store looks totally great on phones. While looking in mobile view, you might visibly notice the actual spacing feels just a bit visibly cramped. Over in the right sidebar settings for your section, find the top potting mobile setting and adjust it down to 0 pixels, and then set the bottom potting mobile exactly to 50 pixels to intelligently give the actual layout totally some excellent breathing room. Last but not least, reliably save your excellent work. Click the solid black Save button located directly in the top right corner entirely of the screen to confidently publish your awesome changes. All right, we need to add some product gallery on the product page. From your Shopify theme editor, go ahead and open the App Library window where you can browse available sections. In the search bar at the top left, type Gallery to filter the available templates. We will select Gallery 3-1. Once you spot it, click the Install or Customize button located right below the section preview. Now it is time to customize the gallery text. Back in your theme editor, click Add Section and select your newly added Gallery 3-1 section right in your left-hand navigation menu. Locate the subheading field over on the right side configuration panel and change the default text, which might be something like Inspire Your Style, directly to your desired title, like Watch Gallery. Next, change the heading text box to include your specific marketing copy, such as state-of-the-art watchmaking. If there happen to be any default text blocks sitting in the description box, simply highlight and completely delete them from the text box. Furthermore, set the media height strictly to the biggest size by setting it to the large size.
Moving on, we will thoughtfully adjust the layout and spacing. Scroll down in the right side panel to select the color scheme and be absolutely sure to remove the color block. Then adjust the section's padding, which is the top and bottom spacing, so it impressively sits with the other sections on your page. Next, we need to add your images. In the left-hand menu, under the Gallery 3-1 section, you will clearly see several image blocks. Go ahead and click on the first one. On the right side, click Select Image. You can then choose an image from your uploaded files or quickly upload a new one and then click Done. Thoroughly repeat this exact process for the remaining image blocks to completely finish your gallery layout. Before moving on, check the mobile view to properly see how it looks like and click Save. The next section is to add the FAQ section. First, return to the section's library. Open your app library window again to easily find a new section. To search for the collapsible content, simply type collapsible directly into the search bar. Let's install the section. Locate the desired layout, for example using collapsible content 1-5, and then click the Install or Customize button. Now, let's customize the main FAQ settings. Back in the theme editor, successfully click Add section and select your newly added collapsible content section. You will actively want to remove any default subheadings or descriptions if you only want a very clean layout. Next, update the headings strictly to something highly relevant, like frequently questions asked. Adjust the collapsible row type from Style 1 over to Style 4 entirely based on your preference. To match a dark theme, change the color scheme, selecting Scheme 4 for a sleek black background heavily featuring white text, and of course, remove the color block as well. Next up, we will efficiently format the section headers for cleverly categorizing your FAQs. You can actually use the collapsible rows as categorical headers rather than standard dropdowns. Click on a category block solidly on the left, then change the heading to a specific category name. Let's move into populating your Q&A rows. Click on the very next collapsible row. In the heading field, type out your exact question. Then, inside the text editor, paste the specific answer to that specific question. You'll repeat this exactly for all FAQs, simply continuing to add rows and logically categorizing them with header rows. As we wrap up, let's actively clean up any extra elements. If the template currently includes any extra block you definitely don't need, such as a View All FAQ button situated directly at the bottom, simply click solidly on that block in the left menu and successfully click the Remove Block trash can icon right at the bottom right. Finally, let's preview and save your amazing work. Make absolutely sure to actively use the desktop and mobile preview toggle located at the top of the theme editor to completely ensure your fantastic new sections flawlessly look absolutely great on all devices.
Finally, we have to add a final section of your product page as closing hook where we make a single call to action. First, go ahead and open the Smind library app in your active browser tab. Look at the search bar at the top and simply type Image Hero to easily filter the available templates. Locate the Image Hero 1/1 section. When you spot it, click the Install or Customize button located right below the Layout preview. Now navigate right back to your Shopify theme editor tab. Go ahead and click Add Section, and then select the brand new Image Hero 1/1 section that was just added to your page layout menu on the left side. Once it is added, click on Image Hero 1/1 in that left sidebar to successfully open its specific settings menu over on the right-hand panel. We will upload and select a desktop image. Looking at that right-hand settings panel, locate the image block. Simply click Select Image and choose the perfect image to highlight it on your page. Click Select Image and quickly choose a vertically oriented image directly from your library, or feel free to successfully upload a brand new one and then click Done. To quickly check your brilliant work, click the mobile icon, which clearly looks like a small smartphone symbol at the very top right of the editor screen to reliably preview the mobile layout. Once verified, simply click the desktop icon to return right back to the standard view. Before moving on, make sure to set the hero height specifically to Adapt to Image. To customize the text content, scroll down strictly to the text fields in the right-hand panel. For the subheading, update the small text appearing directly above the main title. For example, you can change Elevate Your Look over to New Watch Collection. For the heading, elegantly update the primary large text by easily changing something like Discover Latest Trends to Tudor Royal. Next, for the description, properly update the paragraph text to completely and describe your actively featured product or collection. Moving right, we will configure your call to action buttons. Let's start with the first button. Find the first button label field and type in your exact desired text, for example, Discover More. Next, click the first button link field. A helpful menu will magically appear, actively allowing you to select exactly where the button goes. Simply select Collections and choose the incredibly specific collection you truly want to link to. Now, let's quickly do the second button. Find the second button label field and actively enter your text, like View the Watches. Then click the second button link field, reliably select Collections, and pick your exact target destination. Now let's adjust the content alignment. Scroll down to the Content Settings area. Find the Desktop Content Position option and actively set it to the bottom center. However, please remember that for the mobile layout, you strictly need to set this directly to the bottom position. Next, easily find the Desktop Content Alignment option and choose the middle. For the colors and overlays, under the color settings, you can change the color scheme. For example, switching it entirely over to Scheme 4 to alter the text block's background and font colors. Make certain to manually remove the color blocks. Furthermore, be completely sure to remove the image overlay opacity entirely for maximum text readability. Finally, save and preview. Once you are thoroughly happy with all your amazing changes, click the green Save button located exactly in the top right corner entirely of the Shopify editor. To wrap things up, scroll entirely through your brilliant product page to totally visually preview all the product page elements and start to actively customizing the upcoming collection page.
First, we need to navigate to the collection template. Go ahead and open your Shopify theme editor. At the very top center of the screen, click the drop-down menu that is currently showing Homepage. From there, simply click on the button of the Slideshow section to go to any collection. Next, let's explore the Smind library. Open your Smind library app tab in your browser. In the search bar, type Collect to easily filter the available templates. Take a moment to browse through the collection list options until you find a layout that fits your store's aesthetic. For this example, we will look for the layout named Collection List 4-7. Now, let's add this section to your page. Switch back to your Shopify theme editor tab. On the left-hand sidebar under the Template menu, go ahead and actively remove all the default sections first. Once those are clear, click Add Section. In the search bar that pops up, type the exact name of the template you just reviewed, which is Collection List 4-7, and click it to add it right to your page layout. With the section added, let's customize the section header. Click on the newly added Collection List section on the left sidebar to open its Settings menu on the right. Here, you can clean up the typography to actively ensure a smooth user experience for your shoppers. Simply clear out the subheading, heading, and description fields completely to easily remove all the default text. Moving right along, let's adjust the layout and media settings. Still working in the right-hand settings panel, set the content alignment exactly to the center. Next, scroll down entirely to the media settings. Change the media ratio over to Adapt. Doing this ensures all your category images vividly maintain a highly uniform and completely clean look. Scroll just a bit further down to the layout settings to easily adjust the number of columns displayed on the desktop specifically to 5 items. After that, select the predefined color scheme strictly for this specific content and your section color. Now, let's customize the individual collection blocks so we can link your actual store categories. Over in the left sidebar, firmly click the little arrow right next to your collection list section to reveal the individual blocks comfortably nested inside it. Go ahead and click the very first block. In the right-hand menu, click Select located right under the collection setting and choose the highly relevant category, for example, Watch All. Next, click Select Image to upload or choose a beautiful, high-quality photo actively representing that exact category. After that, update the heading, typing something like New Watches, and then remove the button label completely. To properly finish this section, repeat this exact process meticulously for the completely remaining blocks, customizing the specific text and vibrant images strictly for all your other categories. First, let's install the collection page template. Go directly right back to your open Smind library app tab. In the search bar, search for Collection Page. Find the Collection Page 1-1 or your genuinely preferred layout and click the Install button. Next, we will add the new grid directly to the theme. Return back to the active Shopify theme editor. On the left sidebar, specifically under the Template menu, click Add Section once again. Quickly search exactly for Collection Page 1-1 and successfully select it. Doing this will magically drop the new incredibly robust product grid directly at the very bottom of your actual page. Now, let's actively fine-tune the specific grid settings. Simply click on your newly added Collection Page 1-1 section to open its settings on the right. Next, go ahead and remove the old blocks in this section that you don't need. For the image banner block, successfully upload the beautiful image that will display right in the sidebar. Next, let's adjust the sidebar size. Choose between S, M, or L to set the exact horizontal width completely of your helpful filter sidebar. Following that, the heading size adjusts the font size from XXS completely to M, exactly for the titles of your filter categories. Go ahead and adjust the precise number of columns on the desktop and mobile exactly to control exactly how densely your stunning products are actively displayed. Keep scrolling through entirely to adjust dynamic elements like the specific pagination style, the exact media shape, and whether to show vendor names or full descriptions. Finally, let's gracefully save and successfully review your incredible work. Just hit the Save button right in the top right corner entirely of the editor.
And that's it. After watching full video, you've totally transformed your Shopify store into a premium, high-converting brand. Remember, you can skip all the hard work today. Just click the link in the description to install the Smind section app and download my free one-click layout package right now. If this video helped you out, drop a like, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments which big brand website I should clone next. See you in the next one.